I'm going to begin by going through the ingredients. I have all the ingredients here for the dish, in which I have here 2 cups of Mung Dal, soaked up Mung Dal or split mung beans. This is 1 cup of soaked Mung Dal. You can see here it's nicely soaked up overnight. It's nice and plump. And then I have ground the other 1 cup of Mung Dal to nice coarse paste. So in total it will come to 2 cups of ground Mung Dal paste. And for 2 cups of ground Mung Dal, I have taken here 1 cup of sugar. This will make it very mildly sweet, but if you want your dish to be nice and sweet, in that case for 2 cup of Mung Dal paste you can take 2 cups of sugar. And then I have here some crushed up cardamom. This is 1 teaspoon of crushed up cardamom, half a teaspoon of salt, and about 2 tablespoons of ghee or clarified butter. And apart from these ingredients, I will be using some vegetable oil to deep fry. So the next step is to start making the dough. To make the dough, I have taken here a pan, and now to this pan I am adding 2 cups of ground Mung Dal. Goes the cardamom powder or crushed up cardamom, half teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of ghee, and finally I'll be adding the sugar. And after adding all the ingredients, I have switched on the heat and I'm going to cook it on low heat till it becomes a soft dough. It's very important to keep it stirring, otherwise this dal will stick to the bottom of pan very easily. So you have to be very watchful, and this is the toughest part of this dish. To cook this dough is really tedious. You need a lot of time and a lot of muscle power to do it. If you increase the heat, this liquid is going to bubble, and since this is a very thick paste, if you get a splutter of it, it's going to hurt you really bad. So be very watchful, keep the heat on low, stir it continuously and make a soft dough. You can see here it has started thickening. You need to be very watchful. It's quite thick now, but I'm going to cook it further till the time it's no more sticking to the pan and it's nice and soft doughy consistency. Keep on stirring it. As I said, it takes a lot of muscle power. This dough is quite thick, and every time you have to just scrape it out, and then you need to mix it. It takes a little effort and a lot of time. So finally you can see here it's no more sticking to the pan. It's almost like a soft dough. So this is almost ready. The next step is to put it in a greased tray, and then I'm going to let it set, and then I'm going to cut it into cubes and deep fry. So this is no more sticking to the pan. You can see here it's quite sticky, and it has a very soft doughy consistency. So this is ready. I have already greased a pan with some ghee, and now to the greased pan I have added the cooked up dough, and I'm going to spread it really well and let it sit in the fridge for about 2 hours. And once it's nice and cold and well set, I'm going to cut it into cubes. Just scrape out the dough, and it's quite sticky, so do ensure that the knife is well greased, otherwise it's going to stick to this dough. I have already greased the spoon as well. So finally this mixture is well spread. I'm going to keep it in the fridge for at least 2 hours, and then it will be nice and cold and well set, and then I'm going to cut it into cubes. After 2 hours it's well set. I'm going to cut it. Do ensure that the knife is greased, otherwise it's again going to stick. So after cutting, The cubes are ready. I'm going to take out the cubes and then I'm going to deep fry. The first one is always tricky. So take out the first one, and after taking out the first one it becomes very easy. So this one is out. You can see here this piece is quite thick because I'm going to serve it as a breakfast dish. But if you do not want it so thick, then you can spread it to a thin layer and then make it thin pieces, thin small square pieces, and then you can deep fry. To deep fry I have heated here about 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. You can take any refined oil of your choice. And to check the temperature, I have added here a little dough. Immediately you can see here the dough has started popping up and it's bubbling. That means the oil is ready to fry. Now to this hot oil I am adding the pieces, and I am going to fry it on medium to high heat till the Chandrakanti pieces become nice dark golden brownish in color. This dough is already cooked up, so we are not going to cook it any further. We just want a nice thick golden crust on top, and that's the reason I'm going to fry it on medium to high, so that the inside is nice and soft but you have a very thick crispy crust on top. So add the pieces, be very watchful because the pieces are quite sticky. If you add a lot of cubes in the oil, it's going to stick to each other and it's going to all break. So don't overcrowd the oil. And I'm going to fry it on medium to high heat till it becomes dark golden and brown. You can see here it has already got a little brownish. Once it gets even more darker, it will be ready to take out. Yes, you can see here the bottom side has already got a little darker. So once all the pieces get the same color, I'm going to take it out. As you can see, it has got the dark golden brownish color. I want to make it a little more darker and then I'm going to take it out. You can see here it's nice golden and brownish in color, so this is ready. So nice golden and brown, I'm going to take it out. Finally, deep fried Chandrakantis are ready to serve. You have the delicious golden Mung Dal, and then you have appropriate amount of sweetness and saltiness. When you take a bite, you immediately get the nice soft inside, which is sweet and a little salty and super delicious. I have made it in bigger chunks because I'm going to eat it as breakfast, but if you wish, you can make it or serve it as dessert. In that case, you just make smaller pieces and a little thinner pieces. Do try this very delicious Oriya dish and share your comments and your suggestions. We will meet next time, and don't forget to subscribe. Till then, bye bye.